Module 6 of Political Science 560. In this module, we'll be installing the Google Drive desktop on your personal computer, and we'll be using Google Drive for a couple of things. First of all, Google Drive is a service which comes from Google and is available to us via UNCG. And it's an example of cloud storage. So it's a place where we'll be able to share files, and I'm going to be using Google Drive as a place to store the different data sets that you'll download and use in your assignments, and also a place for us to store information about your papers and things of that nature. So it'll be a place for us to collaborate electronically on different assignments. Installation is very straightforward. We're going to go to the university's website, download the software, and set up some folders. Now, if you already have Google Drive installed on your desktop, you don't need to go through these steps again, but you will need to pay attention at the end of the video when we create the folder that you'll be sharing with me. So let's go ahead and get started with the installation. And we're going to do that by going to the university's webpage. We're going to pick the link for iSpartan. This is the same place you go today to get your university email and things of that nature. And we're going to pick the link for Drive. I'll need to log into the university network. Now you'll see in Google Drive already I have folders from several different classes. The one of particular interest, however, for us later in our class will be this folder for the data sets. This is where I'll be storing the different data sets that you'll be using in the exercises. But for today, we're interested in picking this link here to connect Drive to your desktop. And it's asking me, do I want to download Drive for the PC, and I do. Now it's asking me whether or not I want to run and download and run the executable file, and the answer to that is yes, we'll run it. This is a fairly small file, so it'll run pretty quickly for us. And the installation is complete, and we'll go ahead and close. Now, oftentimes Google Drive will need to know which of your Google accounts you're using. And so in this particular case, another wizard will pop open for us, and that's what's going on behind this browser. So let's go ahead and click on it and bring it to the foreground. We'll go ahead and we'll get started with this. First thing, of course, is it's asking us for the account. Now, right now I have it's going to default to my personal Gmail account. That's not the account I want to link it to. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with a different account. And it finds a couple of accounts out there. I'm going to pick the one for UNCG. The next series of screens are basically examples of how you can use Google Drive. Don't particularly care about any of those, so we'll just go ahead and step right through them. This, however, is a good example because one of the things we will be doing is sharing files with others. And we're done. Okay, so I have Google Drive installed on my personal computer, and you'll notice that my File Explorer launches, and you'll see that I have these three folders. They are the same three folders that I have in Google Drive through my browser. So what's happening is the data which I have stored on Google Drive on the university's website is now being downloaded onto my local drive. And anytime I make any changes, if I make a change in a file on my local PC, that change will be updated or uploaded to the university's cloud storage. And if I edit anything in the cloud storage, it'll be synchronized back to my local PC. So one of the important parts of Google Drive is this ability to synchronize files between the two storage locations. Let's go ahead and minimize this for a moment. And let's talk about our next step, which will be creating the folder that we'll be using in class. Now, as I mentioned before, this folder is going to be a place that you will upload your assignments. So you'll be uploading the PDF files that are created from Map Window, and you'll also be uploading the 2 documents that will be your 2 written assignments. And by creating this folder, you'll have a place to store those, and you're also going to share that with me. And that way I'll be able to look at the files that you've uploaded, and in the case of your written assignments, I'll be able to also essentially grade those assignments online. So let's go ahead and get started creating a folder that is for our class and that you'll share with me. I'm going to begin by clicking the link to do a create, and I'm going to create a folder. Now it's asking me for a folder name, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to name the folder like this: PSC 560, and then your last name. Now I'm going to put in my last name, but don't put in my last name, right? Put in your own last name. And then click create. And you'll notice it's created a new folder out here. This is the one we just created a second ago. So our next step is going to be to share that. So we're going to right click on this, and then we're going to pick share, and then we're going to pick share again. And it's asking me who I want to invite to share this folder with. That's what's going on down here. Now I'm going to go ahead and share it with somebody here at the university that's helped me with this class and developing the class at DCL. But what you'll want to do is you're going to want to put in my name. And so we'll start, and the way you invite people to share is basically you start typing their name. Her name is Susie Baker. So I started typing the first few letters of her name, and you'll notice now Susie Baker's name comes up. So for your class, for your sharing, you're going to want to share it with Stephen Sherman. Okay, and as you do that, you'll see my account will come up. Go ahead and select the person that you're going to share this with. Make sure you leave this set to Can Add Edit, because we're going to be editing those files that you upload, particularly your written assignments, jointly. Also leave this as notify people via email. That way I'll get an email invitation from you that will acknowledge that you set up the folder and shared it with me properly. And your final step then is to share and save. And what this has done is send an email, in my case to Susie, but when you do it, it'll send an email to me. And we're done. So that's everything that is involved in setting up Google Drive and the folders. And our next exercise, number 7, we'll go ahead and we'll create your first map using Map Window.